Happy New Year, guys! It's 2024. We are in the new setup. How do you like it so far? I am now recording in my bedroom. I modified it a little bit. So now we have AC, and you're not gonna see me sweating on camera anymore. In today's video, we are going to recap the fucking roller coaster that is 2023. We're gonna talk about things that happen locally here and globally, and also the fuck is happening with my life in 2023 and what am I going to do moving forward in 2024. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy B. 2023, like I said, was a fucking roller coaster. It has its ups and downs. It's really just ridiculous. It's not the worst year. I think everyone agree 2019 and 2020 was the fucking worst. I saw a lot of people been posting on Instagram saying thank you to the year 2023 for what they've done so far. I don't post anything like that because I think it's kind of idiotic to say thank you to a year. What I would do instead is I want to thank you everyone that supported me throughout the year 2023, colleagues, friends, and mentors. You know who you are. I really appreciate everyone that's been supporting me. Of course, my wife, my rock, my family, people that still trusted me, people that wants me to grow and succeed. Terima kasih banyak buat kalian semua, especially you guys that started watching my video again and new subscribers. So, 2023, what the fuck happened, man? Also, look at this. The new reaction screen. Somebody write in the comments, pengen gua itu kamera webcamnya lebih digedein ketika gua nge-react. Dia bilang sih pengen di kiri bawah, tapi menurut gua lebih bagus di kanan bawah, soalnya biasanya informasi yang ada di web browsers there's usually on the left, so if I'm on the left side it's gonna block most of the information. And sekarang gua nggak pakai kamera webcam dari MacBook lagi because it suck balls, tapi gue sekarang pakai kamera Sony A7 IV yang gue baru tahu ternyata bisa jadi webcam, and the quality looks amazing. What do you guys think? So tahun 2023 ada penyanderaan pilot Susi Air, which I didn't even know it happened. Tapi ini fakta banget, terjadi di Papua tanggal 26 Mei, dan it's a whole big deal. Panglima TNI sampai ikutan turun. Unfortunately, udah 11 bulan berlalu sampai sekarang the pilot that's kidnapped Philip belum berhasil dibebaskan. And then the oh so fucking disgusting behavior from Gen Z, penganiayaan David Ozora. Mario Dandi, the Sue guy, dia menganiaya David Ozora, as we already know. Very proudly recorded it dengan komplotannya. Ini yang bikin mobil Rubicon jadi dicap jelek banget di mata masyarakat. And this started a chain reaction of a fucking chaotic snowball. Bapaknya sampai kena kasus juga, satu kantor diaudit, and basically the family go broke. Dan we all know, if you've been following the trial case, gue gak ngerti kenapa Mario Dandi doesn't look like he regret what he's doing. The smug face of that kid every time he's in court, cengengesan bla bla bla, as if lu keluar dari penjara masih ada yang mau main lu, masih ada yang mau percaya sama lu untuk do business or whatever. You basically fuck up your entire opportunities. Kira-kira aja menurut lu, koneksi-koneksi bokap lu apakah masih mau bantuin lu once you got out of jail? So kid screws his own life, and also props ke bokapnya David Ozora for handling it like a real gangster. Gak ada kasus kayak gini damai. And then ada penolakan timnas Israel yang bener-bener bikin Pak Ganjar itu kayak diserbu habis-habisan sama netizen. I remember di Instagramnya official Ganjar itu satu post ada 500.000, I don't know, maybe sekarang lebih. Let me know if you're up to date on that. 500.000 komen hate, if I'm not mistaken. Emang sedikit conflicting in a way, karena memang dari dulu kita tidak mengakui kedaulatan Israel secara bangsa, but it's also an international stage untuk kita diberi kehormatan hosting yang namanya Olimpiade Piala Dunia U20 ya. Tapi in hindsight sekarang kita tahu kan konflik di Israel sama Palestina, horrendous things that are happening over there. Looking back now, this made a lot of sense. we should not be hanging out with this country in particular. But that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments down below. And then there's this cult. Kung nggak tahu teman-teman ada yang tahu ini atau enggak, ada pesantren namanya Al Zaitun. It's pretty viral because they're kind of twisting ajaran-ajaran Islam. Like one of the most popular things is laki-laki dan perempuan bisa bercampur saat salat Id berjamaah, which is ridiculous kalau di agama Islam. And then bencana El Nino sepanjang tahun 2023, it's horrible. Sampai sekarang baru di Jakarta baru beberapa hari ini aja hujan, but the entire year is so ridiculously hot. Panas banget. At one point gue pernah main ke Surabaya kalau nggak salah itu di bulan Agustus atau September, dan di sana itu siang hari sempet nyentuh 40 derajat Celcius. That is something that would give someone a heat stroke. I can't, man. I really, if I have the opportunity to move to Europe, I would go to a cold ass country kayak Iceland or Greenland, because if you're cold, you can put on more clothes, right? Tapi kalau lu kepanasan and you're already wearing nothing, what are you gonna do? Lu mau lepas kulit lu kan nggak bisa. Dan pastinya juga Rohingya. And I don't understand kenapa di Q4 tuh all the bad shit started happening at the same time. That's what went down di Indonesia tahun 2023. Let's look at things globally. At 2023 year in review. Di bulan Januari, China opens border ending zero COVID policy. So good news. COVID is finally over, I would say. Well, tahun ini sebenarnya gue kena COVID juga bulan lalu, but I don't know, maybe it's because I'm fully vaccinated, I work out, I take good care of myself. Gue cuman 4 hari doang, habis itu langsung negatif. And then, this is important, Microsoft invest $10 billion into OpenAI. Ini penting banget. Everyone should look out for artificial intelligence di tahun 2024. Learn the ropes, cari tahu cara menggunakannya, because I think it will really help you out in life. Bisa mengimprove kehidupan lu, pekerjaan lu, and all that. Dan jangan sampai ketinggalan, because that's, I think, where everything is gonna be moving forward. And of course, there's the Chinese spy balloon that flies over America, and then Russia suspends its nuclear arms reduction treaty. Kemudian di bulan Maret ada permasalahan ekonomi that I wouldn't even pretend I understand. Di bulan April, Finland menjadi member NATO. Who fucking cares? And then Germany closes nuclear plants, ends 50 years of nuclear power, which I think is a big mistake. Sekarang kan trennya kayak electric cars, EV cars, and I think we're gonna see more and more EV cars in the year 2024. Although I despise electric cars right now, I just don't trust it yet. Tahu sendiri lah, tahun 2023 ini banyak sekali EV cars yang di recall, either itu karena baterainya or whatever. So I'm just gonna wait it out until the technology is really there. Nah, kenapa nuklir gua nggak setuju banget diakhiri? Because if you're a sci-fi fan like myself, especially in Star Trek, itu everything is like nuclear power. It's clean, tergantung cara pengolahannya, dan juga all these space technology itu kan pakai antimatter, matter, nuclear. I'm not even gonna pretend I know what I'm talking about. Tapi I've talked to a lot of people that are working in the energy industry, karena kan gue juga dulu sebenarnya drilling kan, gue di perminyakan, dan sekarang masih ada beberapa teman yang gue ngobrol-ngobrol juga yang bekerja di sektor energi. They have concerns over energy, karena energy di bumi ini is not unlimited, okay? We have a finite supply on planet Earth. Jadi the solution, everyone agrees, moving forward adalah nuklir. Tapi yeah, good luck explaining that to the environmentalists, and especially concern karena negara kalau punya nuklir kan takutnya disalahgunakan dan lain sebagainya. But I really believe the future is nuclear. It's just that we need to get together and be like chill with each other, baru kita bisa seperti itu. Di bulan Mei, WHO declares end of COVID-19 global emergency. There you go. So we're totally, COVID is just the thing of the past now, but I'm not ignorant. I am very sorry for your loss kalau misalnya ada anggota keluarga lo atau kerabat yang didn't survive COVID. But we're here now, we're moving forward. Kita banyak belajar dari COVID-19. We need to, eat better, take care of ourselves, olahraga, dan istirahat, jauhi stres, dan lebih banyak kena sinar matahari, vitamin D, because apparently vitamin D is so important, right? So we learn a lot, and congratulations to everybody that survives. Kemudian Coronation of King Charles III, Queen Elizabeth meninggal dan King Charles III naik, and who gives a shit? That there's forest fire in Hawaii, membakar kayak 17,000 acres, killing over 100, terrible. Dan juga ini mengingatkan gue satu yang lupa kejadian kemarin di Indonesia adalah flare di Bromo yang menyebabkan kebakaran besar-besaran. It's a really dumb thing to do. As we all know, sekarang Bromo itu udah hijau lagi dan bagus banget lagi sekarang Bromo. And then di bulan Oktober, attacks on Israel and starts of Israel-Hamas war. Like I said, man, all the bad shit happens at Q4. This is crazy. And that's it. 2023 recap. Now, my recap for 2023, ups and downs. The downs yang sangat memukul gue sebenarnya adalah the end of an era dari What's Good Coffee. Nih, yang ikutin gue dari lama. The Good Place, What's Good Coffee, kita branding jadi The Good Place. And it did not perform. Ya bisa dibilang tidak berhasil lah. We weren't very successful with that. We didn't make the kind of money that we hoped to make. Tapi ya sedih sih. 6 tahun bisnis F&B sampai pernah ada di puncak-puncaknya, punya 4 cabang, but unfortunately it has to come to an end. Tapi gue mau berterima kasih sama teman-teman yang baru dan lama yang support What's Good baru, The Good Place kemarin itu. We had a good run, although it wasn't very successful financially. I think gue mendapatkan kepuasan lain lah ya, kebahagiaan lain. Gue belajar nge-DJ, gue ketemu anak-anak baru, teman-teman baru. Shout out buat Jani, Rachel, Dio, dan teman-teman lain yang nggak bisa gue sebutin semuanya di sini. And I'm really sorry it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Dan teman-teman yang nanya, bang, apakah akan buka What's Good lagi? Yeah, for sure. Tapi nanti setelah gue menemukan konsep yang tepatnya lagi, karena kemarin itu kan konsepnya The Good Place adalah tempat hiburan, entertainment, karaoke, dan lain sebagainya. And it hits me. Tahun ini gue bakal 34 tahun and I'm 33 years old now. And as a 33 years old, lu nggak bisa keep up sama Gen Z yang hobinya party sampai jam 3, jam 4 pagi, man. That's just insane. But on a positive note, ketika gue sudah mulai desperate untuk recover financially, salah satu alasan gue di branding The Good Place adalah karena What's Good di tahun 2002 juga mengalami kegagalan. Gue punya production company juga tidak mendapatkan kesuksesan yang gue inginkan. Jadi gue rebranding, gue pengen balik duit cepet tapi gagal. However, luckily ketika gue udah desperate banget gimana caranya gue masih bisa berkarya dan menghasilkan uang, datang my good friend, my mentor, Om BJ. Nah, YouTube channelnya The Gadget Whisperer. Gue kenal dari tahun 2017 ketika gue jadi GoPro Brand Ambassador. Dia datang dan nawarin gue pekerjaan untuk jadi digital content creator. To be honest, gue belum punya divisi sendiri. Gue masih di bawah divisi product specialist. Tapi basically gue di sana kerja sebagai bikin konten, nge-review semua produk-produk DJI, especially, dan juga produk-produk Urban Republic. Sebenarnya salah satu cita-cita gue juga sih yang tercapai. Pengen nge-review gadget kan, jadi reviewer tech. Cuman kan kalau dulu mau nge-review tech mesti beli, sekarang gue udah di dalam. 2024, few things I really wanna do. Gue mau bakal lebih serius lagi di YouTube. I'm gonna start making more videos. Seperti inilah kurang lebih formatnya, reaction videos and all that. Tapi gue juga bakal bikin channel streaming, gaming streaming. Wah, ngapain sih lu udah tua main game, lu udah Uncle Bill, lu om-om ngapain sih main game? Gua nggak punya adiksi apapun, I don't have substance addiction, gua nggak ketagihan judi, gua nggak suka main cewek, gua nggak nakal apa-apa. But gaming is, oh my god, it's the only thing yang gua nggak bisa lepas, and I really wanna start a streaming channel di YouTube. Gua mau main game sambil streaming because that's what I do best and what I like doing. Itulah kenapa gue pengen rutin lagi nge-YouTube supaya gue bisa ngumpulin duit dari ad revenue di YouTube ini untuk investasi buat gue bikin gaming channel streaming, right? Gue butuh budget sekitar 15-20 juta just for the PC, karena every other thing gue udah punya. Headset ada, microphone ada, camera ada, mouse ada, layar gue ada. Jadi gue bener-bener cuman butuh komputernya doang to start streaming. and air conditioner, karena gue bakal aktivasi lagi studio gue yang di sebelah, karena ini kan kamar tidur, nggak mungkin kan gue live stream misalnya let's say jam 9 sampai jam 12 malam di sini, sementara di depan gue literally kasur di mana bini gue sama anak gue tidur. So yeah, that's that. If you wanna see that happen, please subscribe to this channel, tontonin video-video gue, share video-video gue, so that I can accumulate enough money to actually start that channel and, you know, make my dream come true. I would really appreciate it if you guys wanna help out with that. Satu lagi adalah gue mau memperbaiki spiritual, jasmani, dan rohani gue. Pertama yang jelas gue mau benerin jasmani gue, because I've been looking at the mirror recently. I do gain a lot of mass, karena selama 2 tahun terakhir ini I focus on building muscle, but I kinda got carried away. Badan gue udah gak enak banget, perut gue bentukannya ya gak enak banget. Secara performance sih oke, secara strength dan lain-lain gue happy, but I just don't feel like I look good. Dalam pernikahan rasanya kalau badan itu tidak membuat istri pengen ibadah, kayaknya gimana gitu ya. Too much information, Ryan. What the fuck? Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna fix that. Pokoknya Januari, abs lagi. Gue bakal bikin six pack lagi. Januari, mark my words, I'm going to do shorts, vertical content, mendokumentasikan itu kesehariannya, karena kalau gue bikin vlog gak ada yang nonton, so I'm just gonna do it in a shorts format. Dan gue akan upload multi-platform, bakal upload juga ke TikTok, Instagram gue juga. So please follow my other social media, guys. Please support me. I promise you I'll do better, guys. This year's gonna be the year, and I hope this year is gonna be your year as well. Thank you so much everybody for watching. Sampai jumpa di video gue selanjutnya. And let me know what you guys think of the new studio. Peace out. Also, kalau ada hal-hal yang lain yang lu pengen gue react, write them in the comments down below. Peace out. Nggak boleh ya, partai ya. Well, yeah, peace out.